Hi everyone. First of all, I want to say that the reason I'm making and sharing this video clip is kind of unorthodox. I'm not looking for subscriptions, fame, or any personal benefits of the same sort. I am sharing this because I'm strongly convinced that my story may change the lives of certain viewers of this video clip, hopefully significantly. Also because I'm already quite fed up with the YouTube comment censoring policy. It's almost like we can share with each other about merely every stupid things here on YouTube. But when it comes to things like what I'm about to tell you in this clip, they just won't let us. Oh, and by the way, I think you can already recognize that English isn't my first language, so if you care enough about the topic, please bear with me just for the next several minutes. Really appreciate it. Okay, now to the main story. So a while ago, I stumbled across this video clip on YouTube, which was cut from an episode of the infamous documentary series Ancient Aliens, episode 6, season 11 to be more specific. I've included a link to that clip in the description below, in case you're curious. The episode discussed a controversial topic, which is the third eye, one of the hidden senses, or sometimes called chakras, that we humans are supposed to possess. Well, I myself happen to be one who was accidentally able to open this so-called third eye and actually see things through it. And that's why I decided to share my experience on a comment in that YouTube video that I've just mentioned. But somehow the comment kept being deleted by the YouTube system. And after some quick research, reading from those who had the same experience like I did when posting comments on YouTube, I found out that it was probably because the YouTube AI didn't like what I had to share. Like, YouTube decided that such content must not be seen by the public. So that's why it seems like I never answered anyone's question directed to me in the comment thread, when in fact I tried, quite a lot of times actually, to answer your questions, which was really frustrating. Anyway, that's why I'm making this video clip instead, to share with you my third eye experience, because I strongly, wholeheartedly believe that the truth about it, as well as all the hidden human senses and abilities, deserves to be known by all of us. Okay, so the third eye experience first came to me 6 years ago, around 2016, when I first came to know of a traditional meditation style from China, which is called Falun Gong or Falun Dafa. The meditation style itself is also controversial, politically, but discussing that aspect is not my intention for making this clip. So if you have time, you can read up about it. I'll just focus on sharing the experiences here. Several weeks after I started practicing, there was one morning when I just woke up. I remember my mind was still in the tipsy state. You know, when you just woke up from your sleep and are not fully conscious. Both my flesh eyes were still closed. Normally, all you can see in front of you in such state is just a black void, if you will, as both eyes are closed. But for me on that day, suddenly there was this very shiny and tiny dot emerging from the black void. This shiny tiny dot then quickly enlarged. It got bigger and bigger and finally became a big circle. And through this circle, I began to see things, which I later in that morning found out that those were the actual objects in my bedroom. As I spectated the objects through the circle, there was this black background wrapping around it. It's like I'm spectating things through a door keyhole or tunnel, if you will. It looked something like this picture. You can also have a better look at the phenomenon by watching this video that I created myself, in which I visualize what I saw with my third eye using VFX techniques. And here's the weird thing. As I spectated all of these, there was this kinda itchy sensation right in the middle of my forehead. It was like something from inside my brain was trying to get out, but I remember the feeling being quite comfortable rather than painful or anything. And several seconds after that, as you can see in the video clip, the circle began to reduce into a tiny dot again. Then I finally woke up. I can't really remember if the itchy sensation on my forehead also went away right at that moment or not, but that's about it. That's the whole third eye experience that I had. Besides, I also remember that back in the day, weeks after I started practicing Falun Gong, there were some mornings when I just woke up, my mind also in tipsy state, and there's this weird sensation like something from inside of my body is being pulled away from it and fly up to the ceiling. I think it's quite similar to what people call OBE or out of body experience. Also, as I was having this feeling of my soul being sucked to the ceiling, I always, and I have to stress this, I always heard this weird noise, because I had experience more than once. I don't know how to describe it to you guys, but it sounded kinda like when you're going through a tunnel with high speed, either on a motorbike or a car. I've also visualized my out-of-body experience in this following VFX clip. So, I guess this weird sound has something to do with our soul entering or getting out of different dimensions or vibrations. I'm not sure, still waiting for an expert to explain it. I also remember that I saw this faded burst of energy in front of my still sleepy eyes, circling around the ceiling of my bedroom. I guess they may belong to the light and color spectrums that are not normally visible to human eyes. And apart from the third eye and OBE experiences, I also used to have quite a lot of prophetic dreams. Like what I saw in my dreams became the truth in real life, just hours or days after the dream came to me. But for me, I never had dreams propheting big and significant things like when the world is going to end or who's gonna be the next president of the USA or other stuff like that. It was usually just everyday life things, and you guessed it right, I also only started having this kind of dreams after practicing Falun Gong. Till this day, I still keep the habit of practicing, and on some random days, strange experiences like this still come to me, though not as often as when I began practicing it. I guess I'll just conclude this video by saying that we humans do possess more power than we think. After what I've gone through, what I've seen, I've come to believe that we don't see things with only our two flesh eyes. And there's more than likely a difference, a separation between what we call a soul and the body. We are not just this flesh body, and therefore we don't always need to identify our existence with just our physical body. These experiences helped me realize that we are more than that. Also, the fact that YouTube has been causing me troubles sharing stories like this only reinforces my belief that whoever is behind their censoring mechanism are really afraid of more and more people knowing about these kind of things. Because believing in the existence of the soul or life after death will certainly not motivate anyone to enslave themselves to benefit capitalism, or indulge themselves with an unending circle of physical pleasures and pains to benefit consumerism. And that's it, guys. That's all I want to share with you. Once again, apologies to anyone who had to wait so long for this. If you have any questions regarding these experiences that I had, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. Thank you all for listening.